to the millions going to Maui.
To see it just completely leveled is just shocking. Seeing the footage and the videos, the photos that are coming out, it's just is devastating, and it's hard to wrap your head around it, actually. So this is called loco moco. This is a very traditional Hawaiian meal. Community here in Colorado, like what we can do to rally together to really provide whatever support that we can.
Shauna Medeiros Tuilepa still has family in Maui. She owns No Ke Aloha in Aurora, Colorado.
So my initial reaction was to call my family, call my dad especially, to make sure that he's okay, because one of the fires was upcountry, about 5 miles away from him.
After the fires, she decided to take action and started a
fly drives, and there's fundraisers going on. For us personally, we put together a fundraiser that's intended to be like a larger scale, more united collective effort for the state of Colorado.
In every state, you'll see local businesses starting their own relief fund that their patrons can contribute to. It's impossible to calculate exactly how much has been raised nationally by small businesses, but major nonprofits collecting donations are sharing their numbers. One of those organizations, Hawaii Community Foundation, is recommended by the Hawaiian governor. According to the website, more than $34 million has been donated to the Maui Strong Fund that is distributing those funds to many organizations. Some of those include Common Ground Collective, and they've received $200,000 to prepare meals, the Family Life Center with $250,000 to help shelter displaced families, and Hale Makuia Services got $250,000 for health support for those in need.
It's good to see people come together to help, to donate. We've been through so much. Have it be through Hurricane Lane in, I believe, 2018 to the destruction of Leilani Estates. We don't get as much relief as other places in the United States. We're so far away from everything else that it's almost impossible to pick ourselves up after that.
Been such an outpouring of supplies and stuff being sent to Hawaii. We're seeing this as more of like a marathon approach, not a sprint.
Tuilepa will continue doing her part because she says every dollar raised here on the mainland can make a difference for those affected by this crisis. Thomas Hoppo, Scripps News, Aurora, Colorado.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Partner Plan. Together, lose up to 18 pounds in the first 2 weeks. The Partner Plan is a great value. Partners save 15% more money versus an individual plan. Plus, lose up to 20% more weight than doing it on your own.
Together, we lost 85 pounds with Nutrisystem.
Get food for 2 people shipped free every...
Mental health ranked every state in 17 key areas, and it found that the average grade was a D.
Many of the states that have the strictest abortion restrictions are the same ones where we're seeing the greatest need for maternal mental health resources and the least state action in terms of addressing maternal mental health need.
Here's why this matters. Mental health disorders are the #1 complication in pregnancy right now and the leading cause of maternal deaths, either from overdose or from suicide. And half of maternal mental health disorders are undiagnosed. So the researchers behind the report card also created a roadmap laying out steps for states to take, like screening new moms and holding health plans accountable.
Right now, we're in a moment where folks can really grab this information and run with it for real policy change.
I spoke with the Birth and Wellness Center in Colorado that is seeing a lot of new moms break the stigma and seek help. Emily Stuber says there are things you can do to be your own health advocate.
Find somebody who's going to listen. And then from there, begin to think about what are the resources you need. It might be something like a postpartum doula. It might be something more like weekly therapy sessions via Zoom. It might look like just getting out for an after dinner walk with a friend.
There are also free support groups linked to hospitals and to wellness centers. Start by going back to your provider to talk about your options and your struggles, and talk to your insurance provider to see what's covered. The bottom line is, if you feel like you need some help, don't be afraid to reach out. And if you need immediate help, call the Maternal Mental Health Hotline at 1-833-943-5746 or
a mass shooting, and for the first time we're able to see the intense police response. It could blow it up.
No, you need to evacuate the block now.
Okay, we're going to.
You need to.
Okay.
You need to evacuate the neighbors.
Okay. Suspect behind bars and potentially prevent the mass shooting at Club Q in 2022.
He's literally been putting together stuff to make a huge bomb, and he wants to go out in the blaze. And he was going to kill us both.
The woman who first called 911 that day was the suspect's grandmother. She ran out of the home worried she'd be killed. In the body camera footage we obtained, a deputy contacts her again on the phone, and the grandmother doubles down, saying the suspect, quote, pretty much went nuts.
He ran down and got his gun, came up and loaded him and had him aimed at us and told us, the fight starts now and this ends today. And you guys are going with me. We're all going to die together.
As SWAT officers prepare their weapons, they recognize the whole neighborhood could be in danger.
Hey, that mom, she was literally begging me to evacuate all these people. She said, if you
testimony, you might wonder why this video and the 911 calls weren't enough to bring a case. It's because defendants have the right to confront their accusers in court, according to University of Denver Associate Law Professor Ian Farrell.
There are rules about having a right to confront your accusers. If it's a body cam.
To drop the case just months
Facebook users, you have just 1 week left to file claims in a data privacy settlement case. Last year, Meta agreed to pay $725 million to settle privacy-related class action lawsuits. You can submit a claim using the official form, which you can find by scanning this QR code. You're eligible if you've had an account in the past 16 years. The deadline is end of day, August 25th. Americans in total have a more than $1 trillion credit card bill, so it's no surprise that some people might be seeking out relief. But this week, the Better Business Bureau warns that some debt or credit repair companies fail to deliver on big promises.
Because in a lot of cases, what we found with this study is that consumers were left off in worse shape than when they started.
Since 2020, the BBB says it received more than 11,000 complaints related to credit and debt assistance companies. To be clear, some consumers report very positive experiences, but you should know your rights when it comes to debt collection, avoid falling for quick fixes, and see if you can help yourself by trying to negotiate a lower debt payment. The wealthiest Americans are responsible for 40% of the country's human-caused pollution. That's according to a study out this week in the journal PLOS Climate. The number includes people who make more than $178,000 a year and are in the richest 10% of Americans. The figures are based on 30 years of data. Researchers say massive homes and air travel are factors, along with investments in companies that generate fossil fuels.
Overnight into a Saturday morning, it will be cool. Mostly clear skies, light winds, the temperature 54 in Detroit.
Potential. That's where these folks come in. You may have seen them inside your own child's school. They're site coordinators from communities and schools. CIS is a nationwide nonprofit committed to helping students graduate. Oftentimes it means addressing non-academic issues that get in the way of learning.
One of our staff members, who is a communities and schools site coordinator, will identify what are the assets that exist inside a school or exist outside in the community that could be helpful when they're working with caseloads of students or students who maybe have issues that look like examples around food insecurity, access to health care.
Ray Saldana runs the program, and
on a path to graduation, they'll continue to miss 10, 15, 20 days of school this season, and it's important for us to have that staff in place.
With this expansion, communities and schools will reach an estimated 1.8 million students and more than 3,000.
Tomorrow morning on Fox.
Believe it or not, Halloween and fall decorations are already out. And if you'd like to have the spookiest house on your block this year, we wanted to know what you'll find right now and what it'll cost you.
Scary sounds,